Hi everyone, I'm Pranita and welcome to my kitchen. Today I wanted to share with you guys this amazing chicken 65 recipe. Now it's called chicken 65 in India, but it's just a deep fried chicken which is sauteed in a little bit of spices and sauce, which gives amazing taste. Now every time I made this recipe I started making small changes to it, and I have tried quite a lot of times, and now I think I nailed it down. I love the way it comes out now, and I cannot wait to show you guys how it turns out. So let's get right into it. So these are the ingredients we need for the dish. There are some that are necessary for marinating, some for frying, and some for sauteing the end product in. So first I'm gonna go ahead and talk about the marinade for the chicken. I'm using here about 2.5 cups of chicken, and I'm measuring it with by cups because I'm using some bone-in and boneless pieces, so you can do it all bone-in or boneless pieces. So I would definitely say I like it by the cup measurement. And then the marinade for the chicken is salt, some garlic powder, some chili powder, and about a tablespoon of garlic paste, and this much wedge of lime juice. So this one you just marinate it, and the measurements you can see in the blog post. I'll post it in the description box. So here we have talked about the chicken, and you can marinate it anywhere from 8 hours to 24 hours to 2 hours, depending on what time you have. But I definitely recommend marinating it. It just gives an amazing difference. It gives a lot of difference in the taste of the end result. This egg, we are gonna coat the chicken with egg and flour. This is the cornstarch or corn flour. Here I have some canola oil for deep frying. Now when I'm making a small batch of fried chicken or anything fried, I use a saucepan that is deeper and which gives a little bit more of elevation to the oil. So this way I don't have to use much oil. Since I'm just doing a small batch, I don't mind frying it in small batches again. But if you are making it for a large group, and if you have to make a lot of chicken 65, then I would recommend using a big wok or big saucepan for frying the dish. And I'm going to use a little bit of food color. Now usually I try to resist myself from using a lot of food colors, but in this this red food color, I couldn't take it without a food color. I had to add it. It just took it to the next level. So here it is. So I have marinated my chicken for about like 24 hours now. And I'm gonna go ahead and chop up. Oh yeah, one more thing I forgot is garlic. I'm gonna actually peel and mince the garlic. I have finished chopping up the garlic. I just minced all of it. If you have a food processor, this would be a great time to bring that out and use it up. I have used 2 of the serrano peppers and I think 3 or 4 of the Thai chilies. I'm gonna go ahead and mix this up gently so everything is nicely mixing. And one more thing is I have started preheating the oil for frying. To get a tender meat, you have to fry even sized pieces. So if I'm frying bone-in pieces, I'm gonna go ahead and pick out all the pieces that I have bone-in, and then I'm just gonna make that one batch if I can. Alright, now the oil's temperature is about 320. Here I have the thermometer that's showing 320, and since this is raw chicken, it's gonna bring down the temperature of the oil. I'm just gonna give it a mix every time I fry a batch. I'm going to fry a batch. I'm just gonna give it a mix. Again, as I said, I'm just gonna pick out the pieces that I want it to cook. And once you'll feel more spluttering and more noises of the chicken releasing more water, that's when you know that the chicken is cooking and it's releasing its natural water juices into the oil. So this looks like it's cooked almost. And sometimes what I do is, if I have bigger pieces, you can just take one out onto the tissue paper and then just cut it open and see if it's cooked, because this is the key in binding the sauce. This cornstarch will help attract all the sauce and make it stick to the chicken. So you want to make sure that you get a good coating on it, and if your chicken is stuck at the bottom, let it release all by itself. Sometimes what I do is just test it a little bit, and if it's just leaving the bottom all by itself, then that's good. If it's not, give it some more time. That means the batter is still raw around it, so it needs some more cooking. Alright, after frying for about 30 minutes, now the whole chicken is fried. It has gotten quite a bit of oil on it, and in that much amount of oil and this much chicken, it took about 30 minutes. Now we're gonna switch to a frying pan and saute these in an amazing sauce. We're gonna use the same oil, and I'm going to use about maybe a couple of tablespoons, not more than that. This is just to cook these spices, garlic and chili peppers and curry leaf. So we're gonna just get this nicely coated, and here I have a combination of 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, or 1 tablespoon of chili garlic sauce, and 1/4 teaspoon of sugar, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper powder. Now this kind of I kind of mix it ahead of time, so that way I can easily clean up everything else. So now already the oil is nice and hot, so we are going to start with curry leaf. This is kind of going to tell us how the heating up is going on, and I'm gonna go ahead and check when the curry leaf, we don't want the oil super hot because we are gonna be dealing with a lot of garlic. So let's just pop everything on. As you can see, it feels pretty dry, so I'm gonna add about maybe half a teaspoon, maybe or half a tablespoon, and then just see. Oh yeah, that looks good. I'm not going to add any extra salt. All the salt that is needed is gonna come from here. So just slowly saute and stand a little bit back. Don't inhale the smell directly because it's so strong and pungent. Now we want it cooking nicely, and as you can see, and you will start smelling the garlic is a little bit cooked, and when it's a little less pungent, and you can see the curry leaf change color. So you're just gonna saute it. If you're doing it on high heat, I would definitely recommend not to, because the garlic is cut into very small pieces to a little bit bigger chunks, so the rest of the stuff could just easily burn. So I would definitely say go slow, and it's better that way. As far as this dish goes, better than chopping and dropping, get your ingredients together at one time. Prep them ahead of time, so that way you don't feel like you're being rushed. Now what you're trying to achieve is all the moisture from the sausage should evaporate, and you should start seeing the oil oozing out of the chicken. It has gotten quite a bit of oil on it, and you should start seeing all the pieces getting stuck to the chicken the more the sauces evaporate. And I am cooking this on high heat, so I'm just gonna go ahead and keep mixing. I think it's almost getting stuck to the bottom, as you can see here. I think this is ready. Alright, here is the end product, guys. Hope you guys liked it. Thank you very much for watching. You can find this recipe and much more at booklesscooking.com.